Morning mist rises softly from the wide delta of the Ota River, and the city of Hiroshima awakens beneath a pale summer sky. Wooden houses lean close to narrow streets, their tiled roofs still damp with dew. A streetcar hums along its track, steel wheels ringing gently as it glides past shop fronts just beginning to slide open their shutters. The scent of miso soup drifts from kitchen windows. Somewhere, a bicycle bell chimes. The city breathes in steady rhythm, unaware that history is already moving toward it. The castle stands at the heart of it all, its dark timbers reflected in the quiet moat, a reminder of feudal origins now absorbed into a modernizing empire. Around it, Hiroshima spreads outward in careful order, bridges linking islands of earth across branching rivers, telegraph wires stitching the skyline, military buildings rising in firm symmetry beside traditional homes. The air carries the salt of the inland sea, mingled with charcoal smoke and the faint metallic tang from distant factories. The women in light cotton kimono sweep doorsteps, while students in crisp uniforms hurry towards school, their chatter echoing against stone embankments. Soldiers march in formation near the parade grounds, boots striking pavement with disciplined certainty. In the markets, life unfolds with practiced grace. Fishmongers lay out silver mackerel and eel, packed in crushed ice. Farmers from surrounding villages arrive with baskets of eggplant, cucumbers, and bright green peppers. The murmur of bargaining rises and falls like the tide. Housewives pause to exchange news, sleeves brushing as they bow politely. Children chase one another along the riverbanks, their laughter skimming over the water where carp circle lazily beneath wooden boats. Laundry flutters overhead, catching sunlight in brief flashes of white. Inside modest homes, radios murmur with official broadcasts. Rice cooks in iron pots. Fathers button high-collared jackets before stepping into the day, some to offices, some to workshops, many to military posts that define Hiroshima's strategic importance. It is not merely a provincial city, it is a vital artery in Japan's war effort. Trains arrive bearing young recruits, their faces composed, yet tender with youth, watched by mothers who stand straight even as their eyes glisten. Now the city carries pride like a badge, determined and disciplined, believing endurance is its greatest virtue. At the prefectural offices, bureaucrats move papers across polished desks, portraits of the emperor gazing down from the walls. Officers confer over maps marked with precise lines and coded annotations. The military presence is unmistakable. Warehouses of supplies, depots of equipment, ships moving through nearby ports. Authority here is structured and visible, layered from local officials to high command. Yet beyond the uniforms and insignia, there are ordinary men who remove their caps at dusk and return home to shared meals and quiet conversation. Industry hums steadily. Small factories assemble machinery parts and process food for troops stationed across the empire. Barges drift along the rivers loaded with timber and coal. Shopkeepers keep careful ledgers by lamplight, calculating profits in a time when resources grow scarcer by the month. Rationing shapes daily habits. Sugar and rice are measured carefully. Fabric repurposed, metal collected for the nation's need. Still, if there are moments of leisure, an evening stroll beneath willow trees, a festival lantern glowing against twilight, the distant sound of a shamisen threading through warm air. Yet beneath the surface, calm lies strain. Air raid drills interrupt classrooms. Buckets of sand stand ready against incendiary bombs. Rumors travel faster than official statements, stories of cities reduced to ash, of naval losses whispered behind closed doors. Malnutrition quietly weakens the elderly. Petty theft rises as scarcity deepens. The river, once only a source of beauty and commerce, is now studied as a possible refuge from fire. Eyes lift more often toward the sky. Summer advances. August approaches with cicadas screaming from the trees, their chorus relentless under the heavy sun. Hiroshima persists in its routines, anchored in centuries of tradition, yet bound tightly to a war stretching far beyond its bridges and streets. People plan for autumn harvests, for school examinations, for futures imagined in careful detail. They mend clothing, they write letters, they believe tomorrow will resemble today. And so the city stands in fragile stillness, vibrant and human, layered with memory and hope. The rivers continue their patient flow toward the sea. The castle casts its shadow across familiar ground. In kitchens and offices and barracks, life moves forward with quiet courage. None can see the single morning that waits just beyond the horizon, the instant that will turn wood to flame and voices to silence. This living city, with its laughter and labor and love, is poised on the edge of disappearance, glowing in the last light of an ordinary world about to vanish forever.